This isn't just a London derby. It's more than 90 minutes of football. It's a clash of narratives, a collision of ambition and desperation, and across the capital skyline. On one side, Arsenal, a club reborn, a tactical machine fine-tuned to near perfection, chasing their first Premier League trophy in what feels like a lifetime to long decades of waiting. Every single match is now a final. A single slip could see their title dreams snatched away. And on the other side, Chelsea, a team of immense talents and immense pressure. A club in transition, but itching to play the role they've so often relished. The ultimate spoiler. They aren't just here to disrupt. They're fighting for their own European destiny, desperate to claw their way back to the continent's top table. Both teams enter this arena riding waves of confidence, each on their own unbeaten streak, setting the stage for a monumental confrontation. So, the ultimate question hangs heavy in the London air. Can Mikel Arteta's meticulously crafted tactical machine power on towards glory? Or will Chelsea's blend of resilient defending and explosive individual brilliance be enough to shatter Arsenal's title charge and cause a famous upset? To understand today, you have to understand yesterday. This rivalry is layered with history, etched in moments of sublime skill, touchline animosity, and unforgettable drama. It's a story defined by its characters, most notably the simmering, often boiling over feud between Arsene Wenger and Jose Mourinho. Their touchline spats were legendary, a chess match of words and gestures, a psychological war that mirrored the battles on the pitch, and those battles were truly memorable. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal is a team built on one core principle: control. They seek to dominate every phase of the game, strangling opponents with their structure and then slicing them apart with their movement. Defensively, you'll see them in a disciplined, compact 4-4 shape, difficult to break down, but the moment they win possession, it's like watching a complex piece of machinery transform. They fluidly shift into an overwhelming 3-5-0 or 2-3-5 attacking structure. This is achieved through the now famous inverted fullback, where a player like Alexander Zinchenko or Jurriën Timber will tuck inside to join the midfield. At the heart of this entire system, the true engine of the machine, is Declan Rice. Since his move to North London, he has evolved from a premier defensive shield into a true, all-conquering box-to-box force. He's the pivot point, dictating the tempo, breaking up play, and initiating attacks with his powerful runs and line-breaking passes. His ability to cover ground and support the players ahead of him is fundamental to how Arsenal maintain their suffocating pressure. Leading the line is a player who knows the opposition better than anyone. Kai Havertz, playing against his old club. His role isn't that of a traditional number 9. He is the master of creating space. Havertz will drift deep, pulling Chelsea's centre-backs out of position, creating channels and pockets for Arsenal's real speed merchants to exploit. His intelligent link-up play is designed to bring others into the game, most notably the jewel in Arsenal's crown, Bukayo Saka. Arsenal's game plan is clear and relentless. They will press high from the first whistle, forcing mistakes in dangerous areas. They will use their fluid positional rotations to confuse Chelsea's defensive shape, and they will look to control the ball, wear Chelsea down, and let the finishing quality of stars like Saka and Martinelli do the rest. But do not, for a second, underestimate this Chelsea side. They may have had a season of inconsistencies, but they possess the league's second-best away record for a reason. They are built to travel, to frustrate, and to punish. They'll likely stay in a compact, organised 4-3-1 formation. The plan will not be to go toe-to-toe with Arsenal for a possession battle. That's a game few teams in the world can win. Instead, Chelsea will aim to absorb pressure, to stay narrow, to clog the central areas, and to deny space behind their defensive line. They will let Arsenal have the ball in less threatening areas, lie in wait, and then explode on the counter-attack. However, there is a significant question mark hanging over this Chelsea team: their tendency to drop points from winning positions. They have let a staggering point slip from their grasp this season, a sign of a certain brittleness under pressure. Can they hold their nerve against an Arsenal side that relentlessly asks questions for 90 minutes, compounding their challenge, is a huge blow in defense. They are missing their key left back, Marc Cucurella, through injury. This creates a major problem area, as it's the very flank where Arsenal will look to unleash their most dangerous weapon, Bukayo Saka. This tactical chess match will ultimately be decided by a series of crucial individual duels across the pitch. Winning these one-on-one battles will be the key to victory. First, the war for the middle of the park. This is where the game's tempo will be dictated. It's Arsenal's powerhouse, Declan Rice, against Chelsea's expensive and talented duo of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Rice will be tasked with disrupting Chelsea's rhythm and being the launch pad for Arsenal's attacks. Caicedo and Fernandez, in turn, must work in tandem to shut Rice down, prevent him from dominating, and protect their back four. Whichever side gains supremacy in this midfield triangle will control the flow of the entire match. Next, the most anticipated matchup, the duel on the wing. This is where Arsenal will feel they have a significant advantage. Their star man, Bukayo Saka, will be running directly at a weakened Chelsea left flank, left exposed by the absence of the tenacious Marc Cucurella. Whoever Liam Rosignol chooses to deputise there, whether it's an out-of-position defender or a less experienced player, will be facing the toughest test of their season. Arsenal will look to isolate Saka or Noni Madueke in one-on-one situations time and time again, trusting him to create chances or draw fouls in dangerous positions. How Chelsea cope with this threat could define their entire afternoon. And finally, the striker showdown. This is a fascinating contrast of styles. Up front for Arsenal, the threat comes from the direct running of Victor Gyökeres, and you have the clever, ghost-like movement of Kai Havertz and Gabriel, whose primary job is to create chaos and space for others. For Chelsea, the threat comes from the direct running of Liam Delap and Pedro more potently, but out of the match, and the all-around attacking genius of Cole Palmer, Estival. It's Havertz's selfless teamwork versus the individual brilliance and lethal finishing of Chelsea's attackers. In a game of such high stakes, chances may be few and far between. The forward who demonstrates the most composure and clinical edge in front of goal will likely be hailed as the hero. In a game this tightly contested, one single moment can change everything, and that moment could very well come from a set piece. Arsenal have transformed into one of the most lethal teams in the league from dead ball situations. Their clever routines and the quality of their delivery make them a constant threat from corners and free kicks. However, they can also occasionally show vulnerability when defending them. For Chelsea, who may find it difficult to create sustained pressure in open play, a set piece could be their most promising route to a goal. It's a high-risk, high-reward element that could be the ultimate X factor. So, where does that leave us? What is the final prediction? Despite Chelsea's undeniable threat on the counter-attack and the sheer individual brilliance of Cole Palmer, it's hard to look past the relentless consistency of this Arsenal team. Their tactical discipline, their control of the game, and their suffocating home advantage should prove to be the decisive factors. Chelsea's major red flag, their habit of dropping points and showing fragility under sustained pressure, is a critical weakness. Against a team like Arsenal, who are masters of controlling the game's narrative from start to finish, I expect Arsenal to dominate possession, exploit the weak spot on Chelsea's left flank, and ultimately have too much for their London rivals. Prediction: Arsenal 3-1 Chelsea.